Hello everyone. Today I am going to discuss about a physiological basis of language. It refers to the understanding of spoken and printed words and express the ideas in the form of speech or writing. Different aspects of speech are understanding of speech, that is a sensory aspect of communication, and expression of speech, that is motor aspect of communication. Now let us go through the first one, understanding of the spoken speech. For the understanding of spoken speech, one need the intact auditory pathway. See the diagram. Primary auditory areas, area number 41 and 42, located in the middle of the superior temporal gyrus, and auditory association areas located in the middle and inferior temporal gyrus, and area number 22, that is Wernicke's area, which is related with the interpretation and comprehension of the speech ideas, which involves the activities. Primary auditory cortex receives the impulse as a sound, so it is responsible for identification of a pitch, source, loudness and direction of the sound. Then auditory association area receives the impulse from the primary auditory cortex, and it is concerned with the interpretation and integration of auditory impulses. Then it sends the impulses to the Wernicke's area, which is responsible for interpretation and comprehension of the speech ideas, which involves the activities. Now let us go through understanding of the return speech. See the diagram. Primary visual cortex, area number 17, and visual association areas, area number 18 and 19. Primary visual cortex receives visual impulses and it sends signals to the visual association areas, which is involved in the recognition and identification of the return speech. Then it sends signals to the Wernicke's area, which is involved in the activity of generation of the ideas in response to the return speech. Now come to the expression of speech. It can be in the form of a spoken speech or in the form of a written speech. Now let us go through the first one, expression in the form of a spoken speech. Broca's area, which is area number 44, it is located in the premotor cortex of the dominant hemisphere. It receives the impulse from the sensory speech center into the detailed and coordinated pattern for vocalization. Means it receives the signals from the Wernicke's area, which then projected to the motor cortex for implementation. It will initiate the appropriate movement of lips, tongue, larynx to produce a speech. Now the second part, expression in the form of written speech. For this, Exner's area is concerned, which is located in the middle frontal gyrus in the dominant hemisphere, which is anterior to the motor cortex. Wernicke's area sent the information to the Broca's area. Then Broca's area sent the detailed information to the Exner's area. This Exner's area work along with the motor cortex and initiate the appropriate muscle movement of the hand and fingers to produce the return speech. Now come to the applied aspect. It can be auditory receptive aphasia, which is also called as a word deafness, inability to understand the spoken words, or visual receptive aphasia means word blindness. It is inability to understand the return words. Let us go through some applied aspects related to the sensory aspects of communication. Wernicke's aphasia, which occurs due to lesion in Wernicke's area. So here the person will not be capable to understand the thought expressed. Global aphasia, it is due to widespread extended lesion of vernix area. From the vernix area, the lesion is extended superiorly, inferiorly and on side by side. So it involves the surrounding areas of the vernix area too. So it refers to the total inability to use the language for communication. Conduction aphasia due to damage to arcuate fasciculus. Arcuate fasciculus transmit the information from the vernix area to the Broca's area. So now no information will be conducted from the vernix area to the Broca's area. Here the speech will be there. Let us go through some applied aspect related to the motor aspects of communication. Motor aphasia, it is due to lesion of Broca's area. Different features are comprehension of the written and spoken speech is good, but there is a difficulty in speaking. Speech is non-fluent, so called as a non-fluent aphasia. Then dysarthria. It is due to lesion of pyramidal tract or cranial nerves or cerebellum or basal ganglia. Here, articulation of words is impaired. Comprehension of the spoken and written speech is not affected. Important points to remember. What is sensory aphasia or fluent aphasia? It is due to lesion in the vernix area. Features are: here speech is not disturbed, but a person fails to understand the meaning of a spoken or written words. What is global aphasia? It is a condition produced due to lesion of vernix area and Broca's area. So all the functions related to speech are affected. Thank you.